to Winning with Wiseman. My name's Alex Haynes, your host, and I'm here with two amazing branch managers from Loan Depot. Please welcome to the studio, Chrissy and Meinoh. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining. And I'm super excited because when we told everybody you're going to be here, the entire group at Wiseman were like, can we also be in the studio? There are some of our favorite people. And we're like, no, let's not make them all worried. So I'm really excited to have you in the studio, not to build this episode up to be the best podcast episode ever we had, but I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe.
We are so excited to be here, Alex.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
It's a beautiful setup.
Yeah, we if you did not know this, guys, we use L3's Media's location in Fairfield. We love giving back to local. We love working with local, right? And so you guys also are local, yeah?
Yes, I am born and raised here, born at Travis Air Force Base, and lived here most of my life.
Oh, great. And you?
Yes. So not born and raised here, but grew up here for quite some time, raised my children over here. And yeah.
So not to say you guys don't have amazing marketing, but for those who are watching our podcast today and don't know what Loan Depot does, tell me a little about who you guys are, what you guys do, and what Loan Depot is in less than 2 sentences. Chrissy, let's start with you.
All right. Well, obviously, we help people with the American dream of homeownership, with their financing needs, with mortgages. We handle purchases, refinances, investments, anything a client will need to help with their homeownership goals or finance needs for that.
Yeah, we essentially make home ownership possible for everyone. That is our goal. We try to help as many families achieve the American dream, and we do it one family at a time.
I love that. Everyone wants their own piece of Americana. They want their own dream. Yeah. And part of that dream, we all know, is getting your own kingdom, your own palace, whatever you want to call it, your own home, right? And let's be honest, in California, that can be tricky. It's not like it's cheap, right? And that's where you guys come into play and really help people make that happen, right?
Yeah, and sometimes it's sometimes you got to get very creative.
Yes, it's very difficult in California, and that's what we try and educate and help. I bought my first house when I was 21, and it was difficult then in 2002, and you know, still facing the same challenges, and really just trying to help people understand it is possible, and we can help guide the way.
Speaking of which, there is no greater joy, none whatsoever, than to help a family who really believes they can't purchase a home and make it really possible. That is the greatest joy.
Love it.
Feeling.
I can't wait for you guys to look at my finances and go, oh my God.
Let's do it.
We're going to have to find some really creative solutions.
Alex, I know a good lender.
You do?
Yes. And there's over 2,000 loan products. There's a way.
There's always a way. I love that. And I think what you guys do is so essential to building wealth and having a legacy. And just, I mean, if you're like me and any of a lot of people who watch this, we rent, right? And a lot of people in this area rent, and they would love not to have to pay a landlord instead of have something their own. So I think what you guys do is huge and it's essential. And, you know, probably don't get said this a lot, but thank you. Thank you for doing a job that a lot of times no one ever says thank you for doing. Because it can't be easy. You guys are constantly, crunching numbers. And what does a day in a life look like for you guys?
Oh, a therapist, you know.
Firefighter, therapist, psychiatrist, best friend, coworker, spouse.
Yes, we wear a lot of hats to help, you know, guide people on the journey. And sometimes it's immediately, sometimes it's 10 years we work with people before they've bought a house. So it's, there's no right or wrong way, I guess I should say.
Yeah. Out of the thousands of transactions and families that we've helped, not one story is like the other, which is pretty exciting about that too at the same time.
I love that. I love that about you guys. So I know a little birdie told me the fact you're on Winning with Wiseman is because you have an office with Wiseman, right?
Yes, we do.
Where are you guys located?
We're at the One Harbor Center Drive building up by the waterfront. Beautiful location, beautiful building. We love it there.
Oh my gosh. I've been over there. It is gorgeous. The office spaces are sublime. They're clean. They're nice, well-maintained. I happen to be there like once or twice a week myself, a little bit.
We're neighbors.
We're neighbors, right? And I love just being able to look at that window and see that you know, the water right there, right outside, and it's nice and quiet.
Yes.
Oh, it's great.
That's a beautiful view.
It really does.
It really is a
I
beautiful view.
don't know if any of the other buildings have as nice of a view as that one does. That's my
No.
personal preference. I like the water, but that's me.
There's something calming with looking at water. It's just natural.
So here you guys are. You're in an office, but funny story, you guys weren't the original leaseholders. You inherited this, which is a unique discussion for this podcast, because usually we ask, hey, how did you find us? How did you get in with us? What was that relationship like? How did it feel to sign that lease? And you guys don't have any of that. You guys were... Explain what happened. Like, let's...
Yes, yeah. So Loan Depot as a company originally picked this location for a lease years ago. That group had left and it was vacant for a little while. And then Meinoh and I came on to Loan Depot and we were presented with the suite that they already had and were able to choose if we wanted to keep this suite or move on to a different location. And once we saw the suite, we were like, wow, this office is gorgeous, gorgeous location. We want to keep this suite. We love Wiseman. We love the building. We love the location. So it was perfect for us.
I love that.
It was a no-brainer. I mean, really, when we walked up to the space, we're like, wow, this is gorgeous. A great place to meet clients.
Yes.
And I mean, when you say Wiseman, that's all of Solano County, right? So the name recognition is really important. The location of where the office was located made a lot of sense. And with our growing team, we thought it'd be the perfect place to reestablish our foundation.
I love that. I love that mindset. So let's fast forward a little bit to now. You've been in this building for a while. I'm going to ask a dangerous question, put us all on the spot.
Ooh.
I like
How's that relationship going with Wiseman? I've heard stories of landlords basically just disappearing after people sign the lease. And I've heard from other tenants over and over again, I want to see if this is also true, that Wiseman doesn't not just disappear, but they actually like promote and help. So, truth time, what's that relationship look like?
I think it's the truth. Wiseman comes in and helps a lot. They are very involved with us. It's not like, hey, let's just sign a lease and move on. It's more like, how's it going? How can we help you? When we throw events, they're there to support. And they don't just support like one person too. Like Zen, Derek, and the whole team, they will come out and they supported our grand opening.
Yes.
They were there in numbers.
They were there in numbers and sharing on social media, super helpful and super positive and promoting us. It was amazing.
Yeah. And in addition to that, like other charity events too, golf and such, I've seen Wiseman there as well. And so they're very involved in their local communities, and they're there to support every business. They're a real great company.
They genuinely feel like a cheerleader to us. It was very nice at our grand opening.
Another thing too, they're very accessible. So there are some people, they're very corporate.
Yes.
Wiseman's a corporate. They're a big company, and to still feel so connected to them at every level, and still feel there's a human element to it, that they're approachable, is incredible. And they do offer that, which is amazing.
Big company, but real roots.
Yes.
Same as us at Loan Depot.
Same as us. That's
Similar.
true.
Yeah.
Like attracts like.
Yeah. And that's so very true. I had the pleasure of working with them. I've been able to do the show, and I am surprised over and over again. Every time we ask, and this is a great example, everyone's come back and said, Wiseman is so supportive. They're amazing. They champion us. They partner with us. It's like a family. That's what I get told over and over again.
Yeah, it genuinely feels that way.
That's amazing. So let's talk about a little bit. What is winning right now? Look for your company. And how is Wiseman partnering with you guys on that?
Well, winning for our company is having a positive, happy crew and a positive, happy location. And we have all of that. Meinoh and I both have really awesome teams, and being local in Solano County and having a presence and a storefront essentially is very important. And we have all of that. And winning is having happy, healthy crew and workers and sorry, I'm kind of
No, I think
lost track
that's
there.
great. No, winning for any company in today, winning happens with numbers.
yes.
You need to have the right folks in the right place, and you need to build that through community, and you need to build that through culture of your company. And the only way you can do that is at a location, a place where folks can gather together, a place where you can break bread together, a place where you can film more audio, film videos, podcasts. You can do things together, collectively together in a place, and also cross promote and working with organizations and companies that also have a similar vision and reputation is winning.
Love that.
I love that.
Love that as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about growth and impact. I love that answer where you talked about real numbers, because a lot of businesses, they shy away from the honest truth that at the end of the day, as a business, it's all about the numbers. So let's talk about some of these numbers. Let's talk about revenue lift, staff growth, new clients. And as you said, that can happen when you actually have a location. But I want to know about Loan Depot specifically. What guys can you share with me? Any exciting news? How are you guys growing? In today's age, especially in the current environment of the California real estate market, how are things going?
I can tell you the real estate market has been challenging. For anyone who says it hasn't been, they would be lying.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, with that being said, the group that we have, we've been in this business for a long time. An enormous amount of years of experience collaborated together. I would say coming over to Loan Depot, having an actual location space, I think all of our businesses have grown. We capture, just our branch alone together, we capture about 20% of the transactions within Solano County. And I think, I don't know if it's 20%, but it's pretty darn close, because we have 3 of the top lenders in the top 10 within Solano County, within our branches. And I would say to scale, we probably will, since we started, it was just Chrissy and I, but now we're combined like probably 12, 13 employees. And, you know, that's quite a big growth within 1 year. A lot of other companies aren't scaling as quickly. They might be scaling as quickly, but I don't think they're scaling with the talent. That's a big one, right?
Yes.
Because you can scale, but Chrissy and I always say, like, the goal is not to have a body shop. It's to have the right people.
Yeah, we're both positive, like-minded, want good
Yeah.
people doing good business, hard workers, and we collaborate and are the same mindset with that. And we've really created a good, fun environment with good people, and we're thriving and we're working hard, and that's what you have to do in this market right now.
I love that.
Yeah, and we've also protected our culture too. There's other big wigs that we could have brought on that we just say no to, because our culture in our work environment and our what's that word I'm thinking of?
Our work family, our collaboration.
Our work family, like the trust and the energy and the positivity that we have as a group collectively has to be protected.
Yes.
And one person could totally ruin it. So to scale, where do we foresee ourselves in the next year? Probably 20 to 30 new employees.
That's huge.
Yeah, total.
Especially,
We're on growth and domination mode.
Yes.
I love that. I love that about you guys. And I think you touched on this, but I know having this location is part of this key, because
Yes.
your people show up, don't they?
Yes.
Yes, they do. So one of the things we like to do is every time Chrissy and I bring on a new hire, that following month, we will do a branch meeting and introduce that new hire to everyone in person. So let's go back to it. So remote work, everybody does remote work. you still lose the connectivity, and people want to be connected. And so when we do hire somebody, we introduce them in person. And then when we go back to Zoom or online meetings, there's already fellowship there. You've already met them. You've already broke bread with them. You've already talked with them. So you know them on a more personal level. So that an office space definitely does that.
Well, same with our clients. You know, we're dealing with social security numbers, tax returns, really personal documents and numbers for people. And some people will like to do things online still, but there are a lot of people still that want to go to a physical location, talk to us, bring their documents. They're giving us their whole life, right? And so it's that alone is another important reason to have a great location with a great reputation for our clients as well.
Love that. I love the saying people care about people. Yeah. That can happen when you're working together in a physical location.
Yeah.
And I love what you said about people wanting to come in. Those clients, meeting your clients' needs is huge. Yeah. And to be mindful of that and not just say, well, just do it online.
That's true.
Yeah. Right? To take that time and say, please come in. We can't wait to meet and see you to gain your trust. That is so much about your company, so much about you guys.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that you guys are set up, that you're helping people with these loans. Let's talk about the community aspect. And I think I'm excited to hear more about this because I already know, just talking to you a little bit, you're going to drop a bunch of stuff you guys do in the community because how you just practice what we're going to call internal community, your actual workspace community, right? So let's talk about how you're connected. You both are local, Fairfield, Solano County. Mm-hmm. What are you guys doing locally? Are you part of any chambers, groups? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, so our branch is very much involved. I sit as a mortgage chair of ARIA, which is the Asian Real Estate Association of America. And what's interesting is a part of that group, there's a lot of Wiseman employees who are also members of that organization as well. And they do a ton of events for the community as well. We also have members sit on NAREP, which is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. And that also cross collaterals between East Bay and Solano County as well. I know Chrissy's group is all part of the Women's Council. Is it Women's Council of Realtors?
Mm-hmm.
Realtors as well. And
Northern Solano Board of Realtors Chamber.
yeah. So NASCAR. Right?
NASCAR.
Yeah.
Yep. Not the driving.
Not the driving, though. That one always got me confused. But yeah, so we're a part of a lot of different organizations and groups because you have to be involved in your community. It is not suggested, it's required. And you do that because you also need to tithe your time and to put your energy and to put your personal self out there, letting others know in your community who you are as a person.
The law of reciprocity, if I said that correctly. The universal law where what you give is what you're going to get back.
Absolutely.
Jinx.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
We already know a little bit about some of the goals. You talked about basically almost doubling your staff or getting up to 25, 30 people. What other goals this year are you trying to do? Any big events you guys are putting on? Any specific goals you'd like to hit as a company? Talk to me about the future a little bit.
Well, we definitely have our internal goals of it. Each loan officer individually has different goals. As a company, we're definitely on growth mode, and I would say doubling all of our productions and where we're at, our numbers with loan officers, our production with loans and closings. We foresee rates lightening up a little bit, maybe some refinances, working hard to help people lower their interest rates. We feel the next year is going to be pretty good in real estate and mortgage loans, and we're trying to gear to prepare for that, maybe potentially doubling of our business, and that's what we're shooting for.
Love that.
Absolutely. I think the goal for us is to, just like every other business, scale, but scale with expenses in mind. And just because you have all the revenue that comes in doesn't mean you go ahead and spend it.
Mm-hmm.
My parents always taught me, you know, you make $1, you save like 75% of it and spend the quarter. That's kind of the idea. We want to scale and be smart as we grow, and ultimately increase revenue for ourselves, our company, and change lives while we're doing it.
I love that.
The most important part.
You know, I have the pleasure of working with a lot of different businesses. One of them happens to be someone who runs a podcast called The Wealth Initiative. You talked about money being the eighth wonder of the world and how investments, time plus investment, equals financial success. And part of that is real estate. And everyone knows, if you ask anyone in America, how do you get ahead? They're all going to say, buy land,
Yes.
buy property. Someone once said, land is the one commodity that we'll never get more of. It's a finite number. The minute all the land is bought, you don't have more. Well, until Elon Musk goes to Mars and
Yeah.
starts working on that. But realistically, land
Yes.
is one of the most vanishing commodities in existence. And you help people get that American dream, get their own piece of property. That's huge.
Yes.
I think that's
and
huge for whether you're building wealth or legacy, right?
I don't think you can build wealth without real estate. I mean, maybe you can in other avenues, but I always tell my own story. Again, I bought my first house when I was 21, had no money to my name, but had a good job, bought a house with zero down, got a credit for closing costs from the seller, came out of pocket with $1,000. And in 3 years, I made $150,000 in equity on that home, sold it, and was able to move to my dream home and still have money in the bank and pay off debt. And I would have never got to that next step without pushing myself in the first step of homeownership. And I'm so passionate about it, and I really believe it's the best way to help yourself in the future with wealth and getting where you want to go.
I love that.
I love that too. And I think that is a perfect spot to transition to this last bit, because I love working with people and interviewing people who not only are passionate about what they do, but they are invested in what they do. So I would like to take this moment and invite you to talk to our audience here. What one thing would you like for them to do? You want them to reach out and call you, find you online, maybe show up at the office. What is that one thing you would like for them to do to connect with either of you, whether it's Chrissy or Meinoh, and have a conversation about how they can get started on this journey with you guys?
Of course. I mean, like we've mentioned, we have this beautiful location thanks to Wiseman. And personally, I love meeting people in person. I love having one-on-ones, really help put you on the path to homeownership. And don't be scared. There is no cost to sit down with a lender and find out what your individual needs are. I always say everybody's financial situation is a puzzle, and I love puzzles, and we have to look at all the pieces, put it together, and it's not one size fits all in mortgage loans or the path to homeownership. So you really need to sit down with a local lender that you trust, and whether it's now or 7 years, will help you get on the way. And I'm online, I'm in person, whatever works for your situation. I mold to that.
So how would they schedule time to come visit with you? Do they make a call? Do they just pop in? Are you guys?
For me personally, call, text, email, social media message.
What number would they call?
And so you could call me on my cell phone, 707-999-8916. Find me on Instagram at Chrissy Writes Loans. My office location, obviously we prefer to have an appointment made before you just show up. Is that?
Yeah, that'd be great. I can't wait for people to do that. And what about you, Meinoh?
If you are interested in purchasing a home and you've always kind of been on the fence, or you're worried about the market that's going to crash, or you have fears, give me a call at 925-586-0000. Yes, that's a real number. And I would be happy to explain to you why home ownership leads to generational wealth. I will be happy to explain to you why I personally don't believe the crash is going to happen like headlines say they are, or that they try to spook people out about. You can also check me out on Instagram, Meinoh Mortgages. That's MEKNOW Mortgages. And if you are a loan officer, or you're trying to come into the business and you have questions and you want to explore and look underneath the hood, please feel free to reach out to me or Chrissy. If you're a realtor and you're looking for a referral partner, or you're looking for a loan officer to help you and to help get you pre-qualified over the weekend, please reach out to me or Chrissy. We can definitely help you. We work 7 days a week. And again, we are not only loan officers, we're best friends. We are firefighters. We are therapists. We are we are all the above. And we would be nothing but happier to assist you.
Guys, I'm so excited and so thankful you came onto the show. And you too, if you're a small business looking to get your own space, you can also win with Wiseman by finding out some of our local spaces that are available for you to start your journey just like Loan Depot does, and see how the perfect spot can help you win the game of business. Well, until next time, I'm Alex Haynes, your host with Winning with Wiseman. We'll see you in the next episode. Later, all.